Hey everybody, today we are making some doors, actually putting some doors together I should say. We've already made all the parts, as you can see by our massive amount of parts on the table, as well as our center panels. And I've got the parts together to make just a small cabinet door, so I'm going to show you how we do this. So we start by taking these little space balls or panel spacers, whatever you want to call them. They're just kind of like a little rubber, kind of squishy little spacer, and what that does is when we put our panel in the center of the door here, they keep the panel centered and they allow it to kind of float around basically. So we're going to, I'll show you how that works in a second. But first things first, let's put these panel spacers in. You really only need 2 per side. So that's what I'm doing here. And our slots that we cut, our little grooves here should fit right in there nice and snug. There you go. And next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take one of these styles, which is without the tabs. They're like the edges of the doors, called the styles. And we're going to take our rail and we throw some glue on the edge. And I like to start on the right hand or the left hand side because I'm right-handed, and you'll see why that's important in a little bit. But put a liberal amount of glue on there, get it good and glued here. And what I'm trying to do is stay away from the very edge, because when we put this together, we don't want to have any squeeze out on the inside of the panel where the panel is. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get that glue off cleanly. So, as long as we have it all along the tongue, there shouldn't be any problems. It should be plenty of glue to stick together. And what we're using is a Titebond 3, which has a nice long open time. So if we have to shift some things around, we don't have to worry about it setting up on us too quickly. So I'm going to take my panel now after I've got my side on. We're going to press our panel in at the bottom. As you can see, it fits nicely in there. A little bit of a lip there. I'm going to glue up the second rail for the door. Again, kind of trying to keep away from that very front edge. And you'll see when I push this in, I'm going to get a little bit of squeeze out in the front, but I shouldn't get any squeeze out on the corner there, as you can see. It's tight and all the squeeze out's over here, so you don't have to worry about any sort of squeeze out in the corner. We're going to glue these little tabs on top. A little glue on there. Again, staying away from that front edge. And I mean, when you're putting doors together like this, they're all pretty much the same. We run on the router, this is what's called like the cope end. We'll run these face down on the router, and it'll actually create this nice profile. This is the inverse of the style profile. And then we'll run the profile for the actual door, which is what you actually see, the pattern. And so that nice cut actually fits right into it like that, and you get a nice clean kind of joint. So anyway, but that's all done on the router. You can actually make basic shaker doors on the table saw pretty easily, and I think maybe I'll do a video of that at some point in time. But for now, just want to show you kind of how we normally do things here when it comes to building doors. Get this end lined up. That's a nice tight fit. And what I'm trying to do here is ensure that this first edge is flush, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to clamp that up. Let me go grab some clamps. You're going to grab some for me? That'll work. Thanks, Bobby. Sure. And we're going to clamp this up. I'm trying to kind of center the clamp on the edge, so that way we don't get any what's called smiling, where these two styles, if you clamp it too tightly on the top or the bottom of the edge, it'll actually kind of curve a little bit. And you don't want that, because when you go to sand the doors, you end up having doors that kind of look funny. So we want to keep this as flat as possible, so I'm trying to center the clamp on the actual frame. There we go. So that's tight.
No smiles here at the
No smiles. We're not allowed to smile at the shop. Oh, sorry, just got caught.
Uh-oh.
All right, so on this side, what we do is we're just gonna snug it up. So we're not gonna actually tighten it all the way down, but we're gonna get it snug. And then we're gonna take this wooden mallet and we're just gonna give it a couple taps until it's flush. Butterfingers, Bobby. All right, so there we go. Let's wipe off some of this glue. Oh, so now I tighten that up, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Okay, let's check for square now. Make sure that this is good. Looks like it's nice and flush on the outside. So I would say that this door is finished being assembled. And so what we'll do after this is, after it's done drying, we're going to run it through our drum sander to flatten out any sort of lips, although there's pretty much barely any lip on this at all, but it just helps kind of keep everything nice and uniform. And then after we're done doing the drum sanding, we'll size the doors, and we'll go through all that in the next few videos. But yeah, that's pretty much how we do a basic door here at the shop. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching.